Welcome back. It's time for episode 3 of the Escapades at the British Supreme Court. This escapade takes place as Ryunosuke and Susato visit Lord Strongheart to report on the outcome of Mr. Natsume's trial. They find a flustered Inspector Gregson attempted to solve a very taxing problem before his time runs out. Oh dear. I wonder if it would give us more context as to the whole Reaper situation. I doubt it though, but you never know. 26th of February, 9:17 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Here we are again. Every time we visit here, the atmosphere in this place seems to get more and more overbearing. Just think, we could be at home with Mr. Shlomes and Iris having a nice, cozy breakfast. Lovely cup of tea. But we have a duty to report the outcome of the case, especially since we're guests here in Britain. So I'm afraid this visit couldn't have been avoided. I suppose not. But is there even anyone here? You could hear a pin drop in this place. It's too solemn for its own good. It is very quiet, isn't it? The only sound is the ticking of the great clock as it keeps perfect time. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock, pitter-patter, pitter-patter, okay. What was that, I wonder? The usual comforting sound of the clock seems to have been joined by a less comforting shuffling sound today. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tick, tick-tock, tick-tock, and pitter-patter. Hoof-hoof. You're right, something's disturbing the rhythmical ticking. Sounds rather like an unfit middle-aged man running from pillar to post, clumsily. Who are you calling unfit? Inspector Gregson. What are you doing here? What am I... Isn't it flaming obvious? 58 seconds remaining, Inspector. I'll have to talk later, sunshine. Okay. Good morning, Lord Strongheart. Wow, he's really looking fiercely at his pocket watch today. And good morning to you. Business so early in the day? Oh, yes. Well, I mean, it's about the other day, we are to deliver our report, Lord Strongheart, as our dealings with Mr. Natsume are now over. Ah, yes, the little Japanese man. I've already cast my eyes over Van Zykes' report. Pitter-patter. Sounds like a horse. I must say the outcome surprised me. I thank you for a job well done. You are too kind, my lord. It's not here, it's not here. It's not over there either. Oh God. I hope you don't mind me asking, but what exactly is the inspector doing? He's been herring around between the bookshelves looking beside himself with worry. He's looking for a particular work, The Lion's Pride. Now there's an all too familiar title. I'd heard it was a popular tale, so I obtained a copy from the rental library. However, it wasn't able to maintain my interest, so I soon cast it aside. I happened to notice a vacant spot on one of my shelves at the time, so I duly stowed the book there. Unfortunately, I no longer remember where that was. Nope, not there. Not here either. Oh, come on, where are you lions hiding? The book is due back today, so I've asked Gregson to locate it for me with his investigative prowess. Inside 5 minutes. I must say, I've never seen anyone working so hard to find something. It's like a man possessed. Ah, yes, that's because his month's salary is stacked upon the outcome. At whose instigation? Let me guess, this stony-faced lord? And the 5-minute time limit, what's the significance of that? There is none. Just my vulgar, mischievous spirit showing itself, I'm afraid. Oh, by your own admission. I can't. My feet are killing me. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, Inspector. Which means that next morning you will work unpaid and have no days off. No days off. Oh dear. You need your days off. Does that include normal, like, bank holidays, weekends, depending on the month? What month was this? Did they have those bank holidays back then? There really are just so many books here, it's overwhelming. For some, perhaps. I purchased every book, new or old, on the subject of law from all over the globe. Wouldn't have believed it a few short decades ago. A place like this couldn't have existed. What do you mean, Inspector? When I was a lad, no one ever dreamed of buying books. Oh, I see. Western books are such luxury items, I suppose, with their leather covers and fancy bindings. Industrial Revolution, innit? No, that's not it. Oh? There was a tax on paper, see, a tax on everything. On paper? Yeah. I mean, it was abolished about 30 years back now, but it used to be the case. There was tax levied on any kind of paper. So obviously that meant most folk couldn't afford to buy any books at all. Ah, so is that why places like the rental library you mentioned before came into existence, Lord Strongheart? Precisely. Indeed. Vestiges of the paper tax system, you could say. The general public consider books as items for hire. London is home to a vast lending library of some 3.5 million books. You couldn't hope to read all of that, even if you were reincarnated 10,000 times. Just learn speed reading. Even I would choose to rent a book rather than purchase it, if I knew I would read it infrequently. The subject of tax has actually surprised us already in the last few days. Came up with Mr. Natsumi's trial, yeah, the window tax. But I'm thinking, like, the books that I actually purchase and own, like, I'm very much an audiobook person. It's like reading in the sense of, like, trying to get information out of just the plain text. It's not enough for me because of how I concentrate on things and stuff like that. You know how my mind runs wild with theories and stuff like that. It's a case of, because it's just text, it does that with, like, the world as well. It's like my mind just drifts. It drifts with text, so I can't concentrate on reading properly. So I go with audiobooks, because then I can focus on doing other things. They work better for how my brain works, essentially. But any book that I really, really do enjoy, I check to see if they've got, like, a hardback version or something like that. Something that looks nice on a shelf. So for me, the books I've got on my shelves are ones I've read as audiobooks. You know, I'm doing bunny ears around the red. But yeah, read as audiobooks and then purchased, like, the hard copy just for decoration. Just for decoration. They look pretty. Books look pretty. Plus someone could then pick it up and read it, you know. Shows what I enjoy. It's like sort of how I view other things like figures and stuff like that. I have them just lying around because they're memories of things that I enjoyed. Like I have Neptunia figures, I have like the Jack Frost figure, like several things from Star Trek and stuff like that. They're mementos. So that's what books are to me, just another form of, hey, that thing you liked, look, it's there. Pretty much. It seems that the window in his room was filled in due to some kind of window tax. That would be true. Fortunately, the window tax was abolished here some 40 years ago. Sadly, in the East End in particular, many windowless houses remain. Britain's always had a bit of a thing for taxing stuff. Oh, ain't that true? Whenever they can tax, they tax. Sugar, salt, tea, coffee, you name it. Candles, beers. Well, I'm sure taxing tea won't cause any problems around the world at any point. Surely. Surely not. Although we do have a sugar tax again now. But it's kind of for different reasons. It's not because it's a luxury or anything like that. It's a case of, it's for health reasons. oddly. Like, anything unhealthy that has sugar in it has a tax on it to try and, dissuade you from buying stuff with sugar in it. So a lot of things now have sugar-free options as a result of here. Or they try to reduce the sugar, just because it brings the price down. It works. It's good. It's healthy. I like the idea. I'm all on board. Wait, sorry, what was that last one? Did you say beards? Oh yeah, I didn't even take that one in. Yep, the beard tax. Never heard of it? Never. Why should people have to pay money just because they left their facial hair grow? You may well ask. I suppose it's because it makes them look self-important. The Naruhodos will have a strict family policy of no facial hair, I think. You can relax, the beard tax was confined to the annals of history long ago. Even so, it's clearly something the British really love. Yep. It's just like, it's true. It's true. Although I am thinking with the beard myself, it's like, I am growing this beard out. Cut it to a good length. It's nice, it's nice. That's it, just an update on my beard. Looks nice. People have said it looks nice anyway. Even Ed Bosco said it looked nice. I know. Edward Bosco. Paying taxes, I mean. Paying them? You got that back to front, sunshine. You can't deny you've had a lot of funny taxes over the years. You'd never find anything like that in Japan. Would you, Miss Susato? Well, in actual fact, I'm afraid to say that you would, Mr. Naruhodo. What? No, you don't mean. Surely there's never been a window tax in Japan. No, but there have been similarly obscure taxes. For example, in the Edo period, there was a frontage tax. What was that? There's a tax not on windows, but on the entrance to properties. The larger a property's entrance was, the greater the tax that was levied on it. Even today, some mansions survive with extremely narrow entrances due to that old form of taxation. I had no idea. I think pretty much every country's got some stupid tax law that's influenced stuff like this, and that now we look back and just think, that's stupid. So you Japanese are as twisted as us Brits. But we never had a beard tax, and that's really going a step too far. But, well, no, that's true. I'm not aware of any taxes for beards, at least. What do you mean, at least? Well, rather than tax them, the shogun, they did once prohibit them outright. The ruling class prohibited beards? It was called the Great Beard Prohibition. It was an Edo period edict. Why did the powers that be want to ban beards? Because it makes people look self-important? Just an idea. It would seem that rulers in the East and West have very similar ideas over the years. Yeah, we're not so different. There have been other unusual taxes in our history, even in our current Meiji period. There have? For example, that was before either of us were born. There was a rabbit tax. There was a tax on those adorable fluffy creatures? Like the one who makes mucky sweets on the moon? Yes, and it was an extremely large tax too. Government demanded extraordinary sums of money. This just gets stranger and stranger. What's the reason for that bizarre tax then? Well, after Japan opened its doors to the world, there was an unprecedented rabbit boom in the Meiji capital. A boom? Yes, keeping rabbits became hugely popular, and new species were traded at exorbitant prices. People were even swindled out of all their money for exotically coloured rabbits. Yes. Like coloured chicks, I suppose? Oh, to imagine though, rabbits are so timid and quiet. But I thought one could bankrupt you. So in response to this worrying social vogue, the government imposed a rabbit tax. Suppose they couldn't just ignore the problem. And it worked because the rabbit boom came to an abrupt end 6 years later. The tax was abolished. Yeah, Again, tax can be used as a way of controlling certain things, like the rabbit situation there. It's like, it's a clever way of doing it. Like the government makes a little bit of money, and it solves a problem. Done. Well, I hate to say it about my own country, but Japan is strange. Every country is strange. That's pretty much what we're learning here. Britain and Japan alike. But there's more. After the rabbit tax was abolished, then, of course, society reacted by launching straight into a second rabbit boom. Oh dear, the government didn't think that one through, did they? No. Your ideas about the world are very much altered by the position you hold in society. If you are responsible for the running of the country, you will feel the need to raise revenue keenly. Without a stable taxation system, the whole country would go down the drain. Well, yes, I suppose so. But some of these taxes... That's precisely why ministers of state use their wiles to invent new and novel ways of taxing the public. Novel ways. Tell me, Mr. Naruhodo, if you were one of my country's statesmen... Me? A British statesman? Yes. What novel tax would you impose? Pray, give us something truly original. Income tax. Inside 5 seconds. What? Oh, think of something that everyone uses, Mr. Naruhodo, and really squeeze every penny out of the population. That's quite the intense stare. Very glad Susto-san isn't in charge. Your time is up. So, what's your answer? Air, maybe. Yes, how about air? An air tax, you say? Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. A truly novel and fiendish idea. Well, everyone has to breathe, so while the population is inhaling air, my government is inhaling money. Blimey, you're a tyrant at heart, eh? A somewhat radical solution to a country's revenue problems, but sadly not an original one. No, you mean to say? Surely not. You mean a tax on air has been imposed in the past? Been proposed? It was last century the finance minister of our neighbour France proposed it. What? If I ever go for a visit, I'm holding my breath. Unsurprisingly, it was strongly opposed by the public and soon scrapped. The minister didn't last long either. Oh dear. Though clearly that would have been an untenable situation. Public at large are forced to be reckoned with. Don't I know it? How about you, Inspector? What new tax would you impose? A tax on fish and chips, innit? Let me see. My first thought is a tax on objections. Sorry? Been hearing far too many of them recently in court. There's a particular lawyer I have in mind as it happens. I think an objection tax could be very handy. Good to see you don't allow your personal feuds to influence your work in public office. I reckon 5 pence for every objection raised would be about right. A most amusing proposal, Gregson. A most unamusing proposal, my lord. Oh, you would say that. What you're saying is you object to that? Well then, I think it's your turn now. Sorry, my turn for what? Why, what else? To locate my missing copy of The Lion's Pride. Oh. It's on one of the shelves in this room. Of that I am certain. Now, I shall give you 10 minutes. And let's stake your student's stipend on it, Fail to find the book and you forfeit next month's payment. Objection! Your time starts now. Oh, and one more thing. I believe you just said the word objection. Kindly leave your 5 pence over there before you begin combing the shelves. This tax is gonna be the death of me. Again, that means you object to it, therefore objection. That's gonna be it though, isn't it? Yep. Right, so that's us done for this part, and in the next part we'll go on to episode 4, in Shlom's Suite. So we'll see you then. Ta-da for now.